Hello, everybody, and welcome to the debut episode of Ringside Breakdown on YouTube. I am JR Castillo.
And I am William Dash.
Will, we've had WrestleManias come and gone, the Raw after Mania's come and gone, and the first thing I want to talk about, I think it's something we have to mention. I believe night two was way better than night one. First of all, I think it was head and shoulders better. Night one felt like that could have been a backlash.
Yeah.
And overall, I think the matches were perfectly fine. The overall performances were great. Problem I had, the ads. I'm not going to talk about the ads too much because this is just what we have to live with now.
Yeah.
This is the business. This is TKO. We're going to get a million ads. My biggest problem, and to see if you had the same feeling, my biggest problem of overall both nights was the match lengths. I believe
Yeah.
besides Roman and Punk, I believe every match should have had another 5 to 7 minutes to it. Every single match. What do you think about that, Will?
As far as the matches themselves go, they like you said, they were good matches. All of them. The whole
Yeah.
entire card for both nights, great matches. Just like you said, I was looking at some of the times on some of the matches, and one lasted like 4 minutes and the other one lasted five. I'm like, what is the inconsistency here? Like, why do we
Yeah.
have shorter but longer ones? I guess depending on who's all in the ring, but yeah, other than that, other than the lengths of the matches themselves, everything was just perfect.
Yeah, I just these match times were just ridiculous to me. If you're gonna go that short matches, just do WrestleMania in one night. You could have
Yeah.
did all those matches in 4 hours with those ads. You could did all those matches in 4 hours on one night, and you could eliminate the ads. I just that was those match times were ridiculous. I don't think some people Liv and Stephanie Vacor was such an intense rivalry to give it 7 to 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like everything that led up to that match definitely deserved a longer match. Like all the trash talking and the bantering back and forth backstage and the attacks. It just seemed like
yeah,
it was going to be way longer than what it was.
yeah. So let's get through our let's start our review. Let's start night one, WrestleMania. I don't really think we need to bother with that opening match. That was what it was. That match was designed to get a viral moment for iShow Speed. That's really
Yeah.
the only thing that match was there for. So if we can go ahead and skip that one.
Yeah.
Jacob Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I was happy for Jacob Fatu. He finally, well, what in his words in a way he kind of ridded himself of Drew McIntyre, which we know that probably won't end at
Yeah,
WrestleMania. But as of
yeah.
right now, Drew's behind him and he's looking forward. I that probably on night one, outside of the main event, was probably the one that stood out the most to me.
You know what? That's probably fair, and that's a shame, but that's probably fair.
Yeah.
Then we get into from there. We go to the women's tag matches, and we had half of it correct.
Yeah.
The Bellas were gonna win.
I didn't
Uh,
expect Nikki to be that injured. I thought it was just like a little sprain. Like I thought it was one of those things where, oh, she's injured, but she's gonna
yeah.
come back for WrestleMania just in time. And then it turns out, because I was in the restroom during that entrance, and my old lady sent me a text with like exclamation points saying Paige is back, and I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, and it's unfortunately for me, since I follow a lot of different people on X, Paige re-signing was spoiled to me on Friday. So I knew Paige had signed, and I knew Friday she was taking Nikki Bella's spot because Friday they had said that Nikki had her injury was a lot worse and she was having surgery on her foot. So the dirt sheets kind of spoiled that. So I knew that Nikki wasn't going. Even at the Hall of Fame, when Nikki said I'm good to go, I knew that Nikki wasn't going to go, and it was going to be Paige. And I still figured, okay, well, Bree and Paige are going to win these titles. since they had a little partnership in feud before with Paige and the Bellas. I mean, she was Pale Bella, is what they called her. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm happy that Paige is back, and I'm happy that Paige can wrestle. I hope Paige beats Becky Lynch very soon for that Intercontinental title. So we'll get to that here in a second. Spoiler alert. But well, that's actually what we're going into next. Is
Yeah.
so we had the Bella, we got Nikki Bella, not Nikki, Brie Bella and Paige win the women's tag titles. I'm happy for Brie Bella. I'm upset that Nikki Bella didn't get her WrestleMania moment with her sister. I'm thrilled that Paige is back in the WWE. She belongs in the WWE. Plus, she has great theme music. So,
Yeah.
and then we get to AJ Lee and Becky Lynch.
Um,
Not
yeah,
happy.
my my first thoughts on this one were okay, we got AJ Lee for back at WrestleMania in like what they say 11 years,
Yeah,
and I was excited for it. She is I was hoping she was going to win this match because of her previous encounters with Becky Lynch. Like the last three times they've met in a ring, she's ended up tapping Becky out,
yeah.
whether it be with the mixed tag Survivor Series or the match at Elimination Chamber. But I mean, I was thinking that if she did keep the title, and since Paige was back, I thought it was going to be another one of those moments where like it's the Monday after WrestleMania. What could happen? Then here comes Paige.
Yeah, I would have loved that. I also would have loved an NXT person debuting and beating Paige right there, and we'll get to the Raw after Mania for some NXT debuts.
Yeah,
But I hate this result. I and Becky Lynch and Paige deserve more than nine. Not Paige. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee deserve more than 9 minutes.
yeah,
And we continue the Becky Lynch Jessica Carr thing. If that doesn't lead to a match, then I don't understand what the point of it is. If they don't let Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch fight at some point, I don't understand the point of this. But
yeah.
they deserved more time, and that's the common theme for every match on this night. They deserved more time, and Becky wins again, so she's now a three-time Intercontinental title holder. It doesn't need to be on Becky. I hope this isn't a long reign. I hope Becky's back on Raw next week. I hope Becky loses it on Raw. Or at least by Backlash. It doesn't need to be Becky Lynch constantly.
It doesn't need to go. That title's not just to be stuck on one person. That
Yeah,
title's meant to be bounced around from superstar to superstar because that's what the IC title and the United States title is. It's a mid-card championship designed to push newer talent up and get them more confidence and experience in being a champion. So that way when their time comes for the bigger champions, they can handle it.
yeah. At this point, the IC title needs some stability.
Yeah.
It needs to have a one holder for a little bit now. We need like a 3 month reign or something for somebody because they have hot shotted this title in since probably December, November. This title has been hot shotted more than any title in the company. I mean, and that's counting the men's United States title, which is defended every week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been defended every week, and this Intercontinental title is just bouncing back and forth. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Becky. It just keeps going. So they need some stability. Uh, so what was next on the WrestleMania Night One card?
Um Night 1 wasn't I'm trying to think the match between
And this is to show you right now how kind of forgettable Night One was. I don't even
yeah.
remember
No, like
the
I had it all in front of me at one point.
yeah, I don't even remember the full Night One card. That's kind of telling on okay, yeah. Seth Rollins and Gunther. Uh
Oh,
Fine
um
match. That was a great match. Seth
yeah.
Rollins and Gunther was a great match. It gets forgot about in this just average card. It was a fine match, but the common theme of the night, Seth Rollins and Gunther, needed another 7, 8. This one needed 10 more minutes. They needed 10
Yeah.
more minutes to go out there and just tear the house down. And it is just, and then Braun Breaker made his return. And I think that hurts Gunther because Gunther only won because Braun Breaker attacked Seth Rollins. I, that was a bad decision on my point for Braun Breaker to get involved during the match.
Yeah, because that was a great match by itself. Like I wanted Seth to win that just because of what, how Gunther's character is being portrayed right now, but Gunther didn't need anyone to get involved in that match. They didn't need to bring Braun Breaker back. Like
He
they could have had
well,
it.
he could come after the match is over.
Yeah.
Like he can come after the match is over. The idea of Braun Breaker interfering while the match is going that hurts Gunther. That's all that
Yeah.
does is hurt Gunther. And so I mean, you take a really good match that could have been great if you give it another 10 minutes, but they didn't give it 10 minutes, 10 more minutes. It just stopped when it did, and then had the interference. I think that hurts that match. It was a good match. I know a lot of the talk after the match was the Braun Breaker spear running down the ramp onto Seth Rollins.
Sprinting 75 yards.
Yeah, that unbelievable sprint. And the thing was, well, he missed the spear. It's like, well, yeah, because if he hit him in that spear, he probably breaks him in half. I
But
mean, Braun Breaker runs 23 miles an hour,
yeah.
and then he's going downhill.
Yeah. Of
Had
course
he
he's
hit
gonna miss.
had he hit that spear the way Roman Reigns hits his spear, Seth Rollins is probably still stuck in the ramp in Vegas.
Yeah.
They're still probably trying to pry him out. So I mean, probably a good thing that he missed that spear. That also shows you how safe Braun Breaker is. He knew to pull himself to the side. And
Yeah.
also Seth Rollins has great survival instincts because he made sure to jump to the side.
Yeah.
So I mean that was that. But again, the match is plagued by not enough time. Stephanie Vicaire and Liv Morgan, uh, theme of the night, not enough
Yeah.
time. Also, theme of the night, apparently, interference.
Yep.
This is just a random. I'm going to go on a random rant about WWE. They rely too much on interference for matches.
Yeah.
People could just lose. That's acceptable. People can just lose,
Yeah.
and they just decide every time there's a good match, we have to have interference. Have to have interference, and these two should have had. They got 7 minutes. Should have had at least 18, 15 to 18. And even then, you're probably saying short because of how intense this feud was. But
Yeah.
we have a 7 minute match that for those 7 minutes, it was pretty good. It was
Yeah.
pretty good for 7 minutes. And then what we all thought was going to happen, Liv Morgan wins the women's world title with interference from the entire Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Uh, we think we gotta kind of mention Liv Morgan's new theme song.
That's it too. That's terrible.
It's a terrible song, but man, it's catchy. I mean, I find it catchy. I find it catchy as hell. But also, at least it hits the same notes as their non-lyric theme song. So you'll never get me wrong if you have lyrics in a theme song. I think it
Yeah.
helps the theme music. And with it, her character doing that, it kind of hits right. The ego of Liv Morgan, her doing her own theme song, it hits. Her entrance was something.
Yeah.
It
Until she
almost not able to show that on PG.
yeah. It definitely is something until the camera zooms in on her face and you realize she has two swollen eyes, a big old
Yeah,
knot on her
probably
forehead.
should have kept it a little bit out until her face heals up some. But hey, Liv Morgan's Liv Morgan.
And
But
she is now the women's world champion.
yeah, and then we get to the main event of the evening: Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and what is the theme of this night? Interference. Not long enough. Interference is not long enough. This again, they went 23 minutes. Should have been 30.
Well, at least with this match, the interference was at least entertaining.
Yeah, at least the interference somewhat. I mean, Pat McAfee still didn't make sense.
No.
And according to the dirt sheets, again, Pat McAfee was supposed to be played by Aleister Black, and it was supposed to be Aleister sort of poisoning Randy's mind, and but TKO, in their incredible genius of wrestling, TKO puts Pat McAfee in this. That way they could basically write off Pat McAfee from the WWE and star power. As this is Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, you don't need star power.
Yeah. They basically bringing Pat in was more of like a like we need more ticket sales type thing. That was
Yeah, and
basically just for business. It wasn't
and
for
even that argument, it annoys me. It's like, oh, Pat, we need Pat for the ticket sales. Nobody's buying those expensive ass WrestleMania tickets for Pat McAfee. Now, I like Pat McAfee. I think he's a great character. I think
yeah.
he's great commentary. He makes it fun. I don't want Pat McAfee getting involved in my WWE title match. He doesn't need to be there. The story is there with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That story's there,
Yeah.
and I think they hurt that story. I don't even mind Randy losing if you come back to it at some point. That this shouldn't be the end of that feud.
No.
I think Randy should have won. I mean, it was there, number 15 sitting there. I think Randy should have won. I think there's ways to where you can make it work where he loses first.
Yeah. I mean, had he have not already been injured due to like the reports that like the backstage people are saying,
Yeah.
like he was already previously injured before that match. But the fact that he still went out there and did the stuff
And
that he did,
a lot of the times nowadays you don't know whether you're getting unreeled or not with these injuries.
yeah.
But I kind of believe it because Randy really wasn't moving that well.
No.
I,
And
I
he
kind
couldn't
of
hold to his
believe
back.
I kind of believe there was something with his back. I kind of do believe, okay, there's maybe it's not as serious as before. Maybe he doesn't need the big surgery or anything. Maybe he just needs a couple weeks off. And
Yeah.
so they made the change, and let's not give him 15 right now, and let's come back to Cody. He absolutely nailed that punt on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
He nailed that, and I know they're friends, and I get it. They are friends. They're like brothers, right? If my brother kicked me like that in the face, we are fighting.
Yeah.
It is going to be a fight.
Especially if the aftermath is like my eyes swollen shut
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah. If my brother kicked me in the face, oh, we are fighting. We are having a fight. This crowd's getting a second main event because now we're really fighting in the middle of this
yeah.
ring.
Title or no title.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting knocked out.
So that was the forgettable night one. Uh, they got to put more effort in night ones.
Yeah.
They really got to put more. If you're gonna have this 2 nights, night one, it's got to have more effort. I mean, that could have been a backlash, and nobody would have. That was a backlash. I don't think there's as much complaining. This is
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Well, moving on from the very forgettable night one to the
Very memorable night too.
very memorable night two, we have Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar and Obafemi's Mania debut.
4 minutes 22 seconds, and that's all it needed.
Yeah.
That is all it needed.
Which we knew going into this Obafemi was going to win.
Yeah, but you're
And
always a little bit worried that
yeah.
somebody in that writers' room or TKO is going to think they're the smartest person in the building. So you're always a little bit worried, but
And
the
then
smart move was always Obafemi.
and like you said, it only went like 4 minutes, which is that's what it needed. It was enough time for Oba to come in and manhandle Brock. It gave Brock enough time to hit a F5 and a couple suplexes on him.
Yeah.
And then,
And I mean, the match time's 422, but I mean, they had a little bit of a brawl outside. That's
yeah,
not part of that 422. So I mean, lengthwise, it's probably closer to 8. But you know what? It hit the moments. Oba was dominant. Brock was dominant. We had the F5. It didn't take over. I mean, he went from F5 to straight to a knee, popped up, choke slam, fall from grace. The next big thing has arrived.
and then
And
the
then we got the shocker, I think, of the night.
yeah,
Brock Lesnar calling it a career.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
like you said,
what?
the next big thing has arrived, and
Yeah,
Brock's mind is like, I'm done. And he's been done for a while. Like ever since that stuff with Vince McMahon came out to the Open, he's just kind of been
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and you can see how that stuff matters more to wrestling media than wrestling fans
Yeah.
because he's crying, taking off his gloves and his boots, and the crowd's chanting, "Please don't go," and
Yeah.
thank you, Brock. Uh, I didn't see this coming. I thought his retirement was going to be SummerSlam back in his hometown, Minneapolis. Gunther.
Well, we that could still be a possibility.
I mean, it could still be a thing. It would. I
Heyman
think it
owes him
would.
a favor.
I think it could cheapen the moment that we got at WrestleMania. But if they swing this to where Gunther's favor is that Heyman has to get Brock Lesnar to come out of retirement, or it's Heyman that's going to suffer. I could see Brock coming back for one match to save Paul,
Yeah.
and then getting choked out by Gunther in Minneapolis. I could see that. Uh, the ladder match.
Penta, oh, that was a good one.
Oh, oh, those ladder matches.
I honestly thought Rey Mysterio was going to win, though, because I had the theory in my head that Rey Mysterio was going to win. His retirement match was going to be against Dom for the IC title, but
Yeah. But
I
oh,
can't
these
complain
ladder
about that
matches.
ladder match.
I mean, the only person I was worried about in this ladder match was Rusev, and he fit right in.
Yeah.
He fit, and it looks like him and Penta are going to continue going with this. I wouldn't mind seeing Rusev become Intercontinental Champion. I really wouldn't.
No, I
Not in the
mean,
ladder match, but Rusev
yeah,
as a dominant Intercontinental Champion. Sign me up.
yeah,
You can sign me up for that.
he was a damn good U.S. title holder back in
Yeah.
the day.
And now that his character isn't Rusev Day and it's a lot more serious, I think it'd be perfect in your Intercontinental title reign. I also would like Javon Evans to get in there and get a championship reign somehow.
Yeah. Speaking of the U.S. title, up next we have Trick Williams defeating Sami Zayn for the
Yeah.
United States.
Uh, yeah, again, it's one of those that we all saw coming. I think interference, we could have gone without Little Yachty being involved.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't need to be involved in any of this. I think this is a great way to turn Trick face and Sammy heel.
Yeah.
It works if they choose to go that route, and I hope they do. Uh, we got to mention Trick's entrance. It's the longest coat I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I
it's
thought someone was getting married at WrestleMania.
it's that thing just kept going and going. There's a great view from the crowd where somebody's like, "Can I touch it?" And he turns around and says, "No." And it's
That
just
thing
a
was almost as big as the ramp.
yeah. That thing just kept going, and that's perfect. Trick Williams right there. It bringing back the Bobby Roode spinny thing is just wonderful. Bringing back little spinning podium and then Trick Williams' character. This man's a face. He needs to
Wait,
be a face.
I didn't get to see the opening to that entrance. They had him on the turntable
Yeah,
with that big ass coat.
yeah. Well, the coat was. I think the coat sort of just came out of nowhere.
I was
I
gonna say,
didn't
how did it
realize
not
how
get noticed?
long this coat was until he started walking, and it just kept coming. Like I don't know if maybe somebody crawled up and then velcroed it on to his regular coat, and that's how this worked. But yeah, he had the Bobby Roode turntable. Apparently, that's his new entrance thing. He does that all the time now. But that was a fine match. Common theme for the weekend. Give it another 5 more minutes
Yeah.
and take away Little Yachty.
What do you think about the Finn Balor Dominic Mysterio match?
It was great seeing the demon. Wonderful entrance. The longest demon entrance I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just those ramps are just incredible long. Fine match. And for the first time, I think this one kind of hit the right time limit. You could have sold me with another 5, but this one I think was the one of the few matches that hit the time limit that I was like, that's good. But
Well,
that's good for that.
I'm sitting here thinking that like that was the perfect time limit for those two. I think what makes it so perishable with the time limits for us is that the fact that there is interference. Like if there wasn't interference, I feel like
Yeah,
these time limits wouldn't matter as much. But now since they have interference, the time is like you have all these people interfering, give us longer time.
yeah. Is like I could look past some of the interference, yeah, if we have longer matches. Some of the matches needed more time regardless.
Yeah.
But if you're going to give me some short matches, don't give me interference and short matches. But this is one of the matches of the night that I was like, I'm okay with this length because it hit everything it needed to hit. You at no point where you're like, oh, this is missing something. It
Yeah.
sort of had everything. You got the demon. You had a little bit of both having their offense in, but the demon won the way he should have won.
Oh yeah. And then Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill for the Women's WWE Championship.
Yeah. Again, I think this was the right time. This was, and mainly because I didn't. We're gonna say this was the best match I've seen Jade Cargill wrestle. This was by far I think, her best match. Everything interference again, and I just want to point out that I'm part of this interference. What's so silly is you have two people on the outside who were deathly afraid of Io Sky. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Io. Io's one of probably the best female wrestler alive right now. But two people should not be afraid of Io. It's two people. Uh,
Yeah.
she should not be drawing fear of life from two people. Uh, so yeah, and basically three people were afraid of Io. Jade Cargill and her associates were all afraid of Io.
Yeah.
And give it up to Io for fixing her top in the middle of a moonsault. That's amazing. That takes great coordination. Uh,
Yeah.
Maybe wear a top with some shoulders on it.
Yeah.
But
Something.
hey, she did great. And again, time limit was right. Could have used less. Could have used no interference. But they had to get Io on the show somehow.
And then the main event of night two, Roman Reigns defeats CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns' first ever World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. And this one, oh, man, I could talk about this match forever. But all I can say is this is one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
Oh yeah, for
To
sure.
me, this is top five of all time.
The time was there. There was no
The
interference.
time was there, no interference, just an absolute marvelous story was told in the ring to where it actually played back to the promos. It came back where Roman Reigns called CM Punk an old man, and CM Punk did everything he could to beat Roman Reigns. And what did it come down to? He was too gassed to give him that second GTS to finish him off.
Yeah.
His legs gave out, and then Roman hit him with the super double rope spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is the new world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So to get
Um,
it, so I mean, overall, it's top 15 WrestleMania, top 20. Night one was night two much better.
yeah.
Top
If
20 by default probably, but
if they would have kept it one night and they would have had it just one night like it was, that WrestleMania would have been at the bottom of the list.
yeah, yeah. If you go one night, same time limits, less commercials,
Yeah.
we're probably in the top 10 WrestleMania. And that's a lot of that's due to Roman Reigns and CM Punk because they brought that entire show up.
Yeah.
Uh, Quick rundown, some interesting notes from Raw. What have we learned? Roman Reigns is not part time right now.
No,
He
he'll
is
be
going to
here.
come. He's going to be through all summer. We've already had the tease for Oba Femi Roman Reigns. We've had a tease for Gunther Roman Reigns, where Gunther said he wants to be World Heavyweight Champion. We're going to look like at Backlash, Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns. Sign me up.
It'll be a good one.
NXT debuts. Ethan Page now on Monday Night Raw. Add
Not
him
e
into the Intercontinental title picture.
That was the first time I've ever heard or seen that guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Ethan Page he's a fun character. I thought he'd be better fit on SmackDown. The Street Profits are now on Raw.
I seen that. That
Great to
was
see them back.
oh yeah, for sure.
Sol Ruka is now on Raw, coming up from NXT. Sol Ruka's amazing. If you haven't seen much of her because you don't watch NXT, Uh, just watch out. That's when she hits that soul snatcher. She hits it from
Oh yeah.
everywhere.
I
Great
watched
move.
a couple of her matches. She was in that match against Bailey at John Cena's final match.
Yeah,
It was a good one.
yeah. Soul Ruka's amazing. Oba Femi with the great promo at the start. Your ruler has arrived. That's all he had to say.
Came
Mic
out in
drop.
the snazzy suit and everything.
Yeah, it's all he needed to say. So the Raw after Mania had a nice mix of surprises, nice mix of debuts. Uh, a quick preview to SmackDown. I expect a few more debuts. I'm looking at JC Jane coming up from NXT probably, and probably Blake Monroe from NXT. Those
Oh,
two I expect.
we forgot the most important thing in WrestleMania. Well,
Oh,
besides the fact that it was
uh,
weird seeing John Cena in a
as a
suit
host,
and not his John Cena stuff, but
yeah,
Danhausen got his WrestleMania moment.
yeah. How can we forget Danhausen? I love Danhausen. I was unsure how Danhausen would fit in WWE when he and the whole box thing was a horrible debut. But Danhausen's a hit. Sign me up for Danhausen in WWE for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
Everything this guy does to me is just absolutely hilarious.
And the
It,
fact that his midgets, which Michael Cole already confirmed
they
that,
said that they wanted to be called midgets, so I don't
yeah,
want to hear anything from anybody.
nope.
They said call them midgets. The
Danhausen,
Danhausen midgets.
they took away the Miz,
They carried the Miz off on their shoulder.
and then I feel like they got too tired to
Yeah,
carry him up the ramp because they just dropped him in the middle of the ramp and just said, "No, we're done."
yeah. They just like that's it. We're done.
And then his exits are so funny because he's supposed to like,
Yeah, he's like he's supposed to leave, and he's just standing there. It's like and the camera, even when he does leave, camera always catches him leaving. Every single time. He's like the worst magician in the history of the world, but it works every time, and the curses work, and I love it. Sign
yeah.
me up more, Danhausen. I want him on every show.
I
Give me every show.
I love seeing Danhausen and I love seeing his reaction with John Cena and all that. It
Yeah,
was just weird seeing John Cena not in his John Cena stuff for WrestleMania, whether he was hosting or not.
yeah.
I was like, man,
That was like the moment where it became real again. John Cena's really done.
yeah, he said that once he said that he was taking more of like a backstage role, he meant
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So but yeah, that was your WrestleMania weekend. Right before a little bit of moment before Mania, Royce Keys won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I
Hmm.
kind of hope they do something with this, and it doesn't just get left in the wayside. Royce Keys is a great talent to have. He should be doing more. Hopefully now he is doing more, and we can build him up for something.
Yeah, they also we've seen the well, supposedly the end of the feud between the Wyatt Six and the MFTs, which that should have been at Wrestle. That should have been night one WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That should
just
have opened the show.
throw that in on Backlash Mania. I mean, just uh, I really, I don't know. That it seems like the Wyatt should have won that strictly because it's clear that Tama Tonga is breaking away from Solo.
Yeah.
That is clear. So the Wyatt should have won. I don't know if Tama Tonga leaves alone. I'm afraid that he's going to get forgotten about. I kind of hope him and Tonga Loa leave together. That way they can just be their own tag team. Let's bring back the Gorillas of Destiny from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and let's have that going.
Speaking of getting away from Solo, did you catch what Roman said in his promo on Raw when he was talking to the Usos? Like he said something about everyone in the Samoan dynasty being divided and not being together. So I have a feeling Bloodline 2.0 is in the mix because he's already said that he missed working with them and doing business with them,
Yeah.
and he probably might end up recruiting Fatu and who knows.
Well, I think Jacob Fatu is destined to be with Roman because it appears that the stipulation is going to be the world title versus Jacob acknowledging him. And normally, when you acknowledge him, you're with him.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, maybe Jacob joins him for this bloodline run. Uh, we'll see. I think we have a lot to look forward to on Raw and SmackDown. Uh, I want to see who comes from Raw to SmackDown because somebody's been changing places. We get the Street Profits coming over, so who's gonna go? Who's gonna be the person from Raw to SmackDown? And Jacob Fatu's now on Raw full time, so that gets him away. Even I mean, I'm sure Drew McIntyre is gonna take some time off. This will get him
Yeah.
away from the Drew McIntyre thing, and then see who goes over. I'm looking forward to Blake Monroe being on SmackDown. I'm looking forward to JC Jane. She's finally stepped into her own. Uh, Joe Hendry's going to be on Raw apparently from now on, and he's interesting. I don't know if it's going to work on the main roster. I hope it does. He may be an Intercontinental title guy,
Yeah.
but we will see. And I think the future looks decent. Uh, I'm not going to say great. There's great talent there for the future, but they just need to let them do it.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid TKO is going to keep getting involved.
Well, yeah, I can see that too. It sucks. Like I wish we had it back where it was back in like the early like the 2000s up to the 2010s,
Yeah,
but
before Vince
times
lost his
change.
mind.
Yeah.
But any last words, Will, as we close this one out?
Um, no, that's it for me. You got
Okay.
anything else to add real quick or
Uh, I think this is a good debut for the YouTubes, and I'm looking forward to this every week. So for my co-host Will, I am JR Castillo. We will see you guys next week. Have a fun week watching SmackDown, watch Raw, and then come see us for a good review.
yep,
Goodbye, everybody.
catch y'all down the road.